Perfect. Well, grand rising. Holy smokes. It's a snowy last few days here in central Alberta for spring. And it was spring equinox this week. And we were just talking that today is a 2-2, right? On the third month of 2024. That's a lot of twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 15. We're a 6-day.
I don't
Pregnant with
know. So we're
possibilities.
0, 3, 22, 20, 24. I'm going to add them all up
Yep. I
and see
get
what we
6.
got. 7, 9, 11, 15. So
You get
6. They
you get
total of
6
6.
too. Yeah, pregnant with possibilities. A little
Okay.
rocky.
So who
Well, we
are
are.
we?
We are all in alignment. That banner behind Anita's head gives it away every week. We can't surprise people anymore.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Uh,
And this is my amazing partner, Anita. Like, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, she is a wood dragon, which is the Chinese New Year, and they're flying high. And amazingly enough, when we brought in the Chinese New Year, she was warned to take care of herself and do self-care.
oh
But did
yeah.
she listen? No, because she's always taking care of everybody else, me included. And she sounds a little nasally today, but she's here. She's still amazing.
Yeah, I was grounded. My wings were clipped for 2 days.
Your wings were clipped.
Uh,
Oh, that's too funny. So for those of you who didn't grow up on a farm, chickens' wings get clipped so they can't fly. That's where that comes from.
oh
That's an
yeah.
actual thing. Us
Anyways,
farm girls get that, but
I don't know. The dragon
anyway,
got grounded. There
the
we go.
dragon got grounded, but that's
The
okay.
flight, the flight path. Too
Well,
much
with
snow.
the snow grounded you.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
didn't have any de-icer for your wings. And we, every week, as we have done for over 3 years on Feng Shui Friday, we get a topic of conversation from the Personal Paradise card deck by Tara Catherine Collins, the one and only. And I
Mhm.
have been shuffling and I have been shuffling and I have been shuffling. And I'll tell you what, one card has come out in 5 minutes of shuffling.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
good card. It's a great card,
Okay.
and we can certainly start there. It is the number 18 card, Living Room.
Hmm. Well, that's because I was vertical on the couch for 2 days.
And I've actually been working from the living room quite a bit lately because I was in front of the fireplace. And every once in a while, when I'm getting creative, I like to work from there because it's a different perspective from my office. But I have to
Mm-hmm.
tell you, this new artwork, it is so strong energetically that I can't sit here all day. I'm
Oh.
not used to it still. So thank you, Mariana de la Vega, the artist behind this incredible triptych. It is
Mm-hmm.
pretty darn strong. And yeah, so I've spent a lot of time working in the living room as well, like you. I was semi-horizontal because I was sitting on the couch, but I was working on our year-long program and doing the first workbook. It's like,
Yay.
hey,
I did have a brief look and it's pretty amazing. Yeah, how do you get 22 pages in a workbook? Holy moly. Oh,
24
22.
actually
There we
now.
go. There's that master, double master number 11 for you and 11 for me is
There you go.
22.
Perfect. All
Um,
right. So anyway, living room for
so
the living.
yeah,
Just want
and
to say that.
I know why it came up also because yesterday, so my husband's getting ready for knee surgery and he needs he needs
A space.
stuff. Anyways, so we ended up having to go and purchase a new chair um instead of a reclining chair.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, and so yeah, we had to rearrange the living room and put that chair
Ah,
in there and just moving that one piece of furniture.
yes.
having, adding in one piece of furniture, moving some stuff around, the whole space just completely
Change.
shifted.
Yep.
Uh, it it just it just has a completely different feel to the whole room by one piece of
Piece of
furniture.
furniture. Oh, I completely believe that.
So, it may be again, like, we were kind of forced to make the change,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Having to bring in a different kind of chair that was going to be specific for him for his knee. But yeah, what a huge difference. So, it may be that you want to look in your living room space, the space that spend a lot of time living in, and just see, is the room dark? Is it too light? Does it feel cozy? Because what this one piece of furniture did for us
Mm-hmm.
is it brightened up the space.
Oh,
Yeah, it brightened it up. It
because it was
just made it
smaller or
look,
just the different style or
well, color. Hmm. Yeah, so we replaced the recliner
mm-hmm.
was a black, right? A
Right,
dark
right.
color.
Dark color.
And we replaced it with a comfy armchair that is kind of a taupey beige,
Okay, so
really
really
light.
drastic change in intensity.
Right. But I mean, it just like I say, it was like it just lit up the room.
Nice.
So it may be, again, you don't have to go and buy a new piece of furniture to do
Mm-hmm.
that. You can easily do that with um, a throw,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of
Pillows.
cushions. You could easily do it with a piece of artwork, like,
Yep.
what's behind you, like something that's just going to brighten up the space.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe your room is already bright,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if it's already bright, maybe maybe it's not, you need to cozy it up
Mm-hmm.
so that it invites more interaction or more relaxation in that
Mm-hmm.
space, right? Of
Right.
course, everybody's home is different. But yeah, it's just again another beautiful observation that space um, we become complacent in, right? Because it's the
100%.
place that's our living room.
Right.
Hmm.
Very true. And great observation on your part when you're talking. It was like, what's changed in our, but we got a new coffee table. And the black square one has now been replaced by a oval shape with a lighter tan wood finish. And that's made a huge difference. It's like, man, I really like this coffee table. It's taken the sharp corners from the square out of the place and has just
Hmm.
softened it with the oval shape. So interesting. So two other cards came out, and it was funny because you were talking about color. Look at the color surrounding them, yellow and orange. So it's
Oh,
the
yay.
number 43, house cleansing and blessing, and it's spring
Oh.
equinox. So I know that's exactly why this came up because it's spring. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know about anybody else, but on our farm, spring meant spring cleaning, and
Mm-hmm.
everything got pulled out of every cupboard and everything got washed down, every dish, every glass, everything, every nook and cranny. And the number 49 card, love and marriage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that is one space in my house, the goddess bedroom, god and goddess bedroom, that needs some house cleaning. I don't know if I can wait for a 21-day decluttering program in April to do that. It needs some attention. Cobwebs. It's like, where the hell did
Well,
those appear from?
I know, of course, the house cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that likely came up for me,
As well. Well, you've been sick.
because yes. So we always think about doing a house clearing, a house blessing,
Mm-hmm.
like you say, after spring cleaning, or just to, freshen up the space,
Mm-hmm.
or after somebody's moved in, moved out kind of thing. But after someone's been sick,
Yes.
it's a good idea to do it. And yesterday I was running some essential oils in my diffuser.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to do that. But I think today I'm actually gonna get out the big guns
The big gun, the
and
five
do,
element.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
So again, thank you cards for bringing that to the
The light.
surface and
Yeah,
the awareness
absolutely.
so that I can cleanse the
Mm-hmm.
space. And again, just, shifting that little bit of furniture around and things, that kind of shifted some energy too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some of that dust that was under the couch, or,
Yeah.
all of that needs to be kind of cleaned out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a reminder of in the spring, yeah, do the spring house cleaning. Maybe I was at my mom's for 3 days this week again, and cleaned her windows and cleaned the screens and
Mm-hmm.
um, stuff like that, right? Um, and again, just moved a whole bunch of energy around. Hence, again, probably,
Mm-hmm.
I obviously sensitive to that. And so as I was moving that unseen energy, it, affected me as well. So
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
Mm-hmm. Um, uh, just occurred to me, my husband and I like to have coffee in the living room in the morning and chit chat, and we're in the process of looking at new flooring this year, possibly kitchen renovation, all depending upon a number of things. So we've had a few different people coming into the house and measuring, and I did my own measurements and dropped that off at one place for a kitchen design and yada, yada, yada. But a lot of the love and marriage, what I'm hearing right now is the conversation and allowing the other person's opinion, allowing them to speak and voice their opinion. And what I've realized in this whole process is my husband has some great design ideas. As we're talking about, if we do the kitchen cabinets and everything else, well, what if we did this and what if we did that? And okay, well, if prices are too extravagant, then what about just a refinish on the cabinets? And maybe getting someone to come in and give us an estimate for just painting them and just freshening things up. And like you said, some new
Hmm.
appliances and a backsplash would completely change the whole feel and the shape of the kitchen, right? Or some new countertops and new backsplash. It doesn't take much to shift that energy.
Yeah.
But the importance in all of that for me was allowing him to speak. He'll say, well, do whatever you want. You've got great ideas. But then when we get conversing, it's pulling out of him his ideas, his opinion matters, right? How should we do
Hmm.
things? What do you want to see? What do you like? What don't you like? And what I really noticed is at some of the different kitchen cabinet companies, like everything else, lots has changed in the architecture and design of things. And we get so stuck and complacent thinking that you have to have the corner cabinet on the lowers on the base cabinets and you have to have a lazy Susan. Well, no, you don't.
Hmm.
There are so many options now. It was it's exciting actually, and it's like, oh, okay, let's take a step back. So I'm
Yeah.
having a lot of fun and getting into that creative mode of, okay, so if we started with a clean slate, what would I want?
Yeah.
And then getting his opinion and getting his feedback and his input. And it's been really fun, even with color combinations or flooring color, and doing things together has really shifted some energy for us. So it's been really
Nice.
interesting in that love and marriage department, allowing the other person's input.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, we've been having similar conversations around here,
Mm-hmm.
not in regards to our own home, but into, uh, one of the rental properties. And
Right.
yeah, there's going to be some changes made, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's about letting everybody voice their opinion, get their
Mm-hmm.
ideas out. Then you kind of work together and say, okay, well, what's going to work best? And then, of course, you always have to consider what's the budget
Yes.
and go from there, right?
100%.
Mhm.
Even in the thoughts of, so the laminate flooring uh, that's in the house that is easy to lift. So we don't need a big yard waste bin. This is so reusable. There's parts of it that are not, but I want one uniform floor.
Mhm.
And why can't we just lift it and see if Habitat for Humanity wants it? Right? That we can
100%.
donate it and somebody else can utilize it in their space or in a rental space or whatever the case may be. Same with the appliances. There's nothing wrong with the appliances, with the exception that there's nothing wrong with the dishwasher. It's just 20 years old. But
Mhm.
right, so there's other alternatives versus what we have already thought of. So there's all kinds of options. It's just opening ourselves up to what are the possibilities, what are the options, instead of becoming complacent.
Mhm.
Like you said, shifting the furniture around. Maybe it's time to move the furniture. Maybe it's time for a different area rug.
Mhm.
It can be such simple little things. We don't need to, excuse me, although we'd like to go on a holiday, we don't need to leave our homes. If our homes are our sacred spaces, we just need to shift up a few things. I put a beautiful flower that this amazing friend of mine gave me for my birthday and this gorgeous anthurium. I put it on the new coffee table, and it's just brought some life. I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful sitting here.
Well, and you know, you're right, like just a new coffee table, right? Just
Mhm.
the difference of having that round energy or that oval shape is it does a shift in your energy compared to the square ones, which kind of, you know, are like little angles and
Yes.
uh
And there's no way of situating it without an angle,
yeah. Hmm.
right? So it just it creates this almost this flow. So as we're sitting there and we're chatting, we're still across from the coffee table from each other, but it's allowing a flow. It sounds really bizarre, but that's that unseen energy that affects us, whether we
Yeah.
realize it or not.
Well, and in it, and I know why, you know, all of these obviously tie in so
Mm-hmm.
very well to our own personal lives always. And hopefully they have relevance for everybody watching, listening to the replay. But I was actually thinking about the love and marriage area this morning,
Mm-hmm.
because we are moving my mom,
Right.
and I'm not going to be able to be there on her moving day. So we had taken some pictures of her new space like 2 weeks ago when we went for the initial looking at it
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. And so my brother actually said yesterday, he said, "Oh, sure." He said, now what are we going to do? Our designer's not there. Uh, the designer won't be there to help us set up her room, right?
Right.
And so of course, I said, well, don't worry. So I I took the pictures that we had made or had taken, and I drew some,
A floor
you know,
plan.
where I thought some of her furniture should go, right? And in the love and marriage area of her new room,
Mm-hmm.
of her space, is where the TV is going to go.
Mm.
And I was thinking, you know, isn't it kind of sad in a way that as you get older, I mean, that's for my mom, if she didn't have a TV, um, that would be a really lonely existence, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
She has certain shows she loves to watch, and so putting it in her love and marriage area, in the relationship area, because I mean, 89 years old, I hope she doesn't find a new boyfriend. Um,
Well, you
you
never
know,
know
but
with
that's,
Gigi.
that's her relationship to keep her self-love, or
Yes.
it's something that she loves. And there's certain shows that she loves to watch. She loves baseball and curling and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
So again, placing it in so that energetically it's going to support her, makes more sense to have it in that area of
Right.
her room than, say, the wealth and prosperity area. Because if it was in the wealth and prosperity area of the room, chances are she'd be calling those 1-800 numbers
Yep.
and, doing midnight shopping, right? So, anyways, so I sent them a map and said, this is where you need to place this, you know, um, and hopefully that'll all work out.
And hopefully it all fits in there. Exactly. Exactly. Interestingly, because when Tara created these cards, there's little writing on all of them. You guys probably noticed that when I lift them up. There's little blurbs. And on the love and marriage card, it says enhance to attract or improve romantic relationships, enrich self-love and self-esteem. So the self-love part, Anita, is surrounding yourself with the things that you love, which is in essence what you've done with your mom. So
Hmm.
it's not so much about that it's a TV, it's about what she gets from the TV, that energetic exchange,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool.
Hmm.
Excellent. So we didn't say good morning to anybody that was online. So whoever
Oh,
is
yep.
joining us this
We
morning,
got, we actually have Paula online,
hi Paula, good
and I don't
morning.
know if there's any other people there, but that's all I can see. Sometimes it refreshes later
And
and there's
sometimes
more
it doesn't.
people,
Yeah,
and
I
anyways,
totally get it. So I
yep,
just wanted to address if there was any questions online and thank those that joined us on Tuesday night on the spring equinox for our impromptu program. We had
yes,
fun.
and the recording, the replay is coming out this morning, I
Oh,
promise. Good
yeah.
morning, Mona. Nice to have you join us.
Hello, Mona.
Mhm.
Anyway, some of the ladies that were on, of course, not part of the replay, we had a Q&A at the end. And I think there was some great questions. I'm kicking myself that I didn't record the Q&A, but we never do because of people's privacy, right? Um,
Personal, yeah.
yeah, very personal. It was great to have the conversations though, because I think there was some great awarenesses about that program. So I'm excited how it went. I did miss my partner, but we still had fun.
Well, I know you did, and I did listen to the replay, and it was excellent.
Oh, well, thank
So,
you. Thank you.
and
Thank you.
again, just that having that new awareness of knowing that you have an energetic map called the
Yes.
Bagua.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to enhance the flow for my mother's new home,
Hmm.
and
Well,
using those principles that is just going to really anchor and support her so well.
well, and
Yeah.
really the home cleansing and blessings. So you're literally with your mom's move, you're addressing all of these.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
this was Gigi's card day.
As Gigi's cards. Okay, it's all about Gigi. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Your mom would like that. Gigi
Yeah,
would
good
like to know that.
morning, Kathleen.
Good morning, everybody. So
Yeah,
let's go back to the house clearing or the house cleansing and blessing because you touched on something earlier, and I want to take it a little bit further. I think we have some time. We got a couple minutes. So
yep, we got a couple
we
minutes.
always talk about it, like you said, with bless or with cleansing. But let's talk about this as a blessing and how we would utilize or what we could utilize as a blessing process, Anita. If you've got suggestions on that, this actually might be another really good little course teaching a house cleansing and blessings.
I think we have that on our schedule, do we not?
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, we do have, that's going to be another pop-up. That's going to be another pop-up class,
Yeah,
house cleansing and blessings.
I'll make sure and
Not in the next couple of weeks, though,
no,
ladies, just so you know.
no, no. Okay, I'm just going to jot it down, but let's talk about the blessings part of that.
Hmm. Yeah, so it is important, and I've done it many times where I've gone through and done a cleansing, which is to intentionally clear any less than excellent energies that are not of the highest good for everyone in the room or the space. And then to come back around with a different modality, let's call it,
Mm-hmm.
either incense or maybe it's a chime or something else. And then to completely, once the space is energetically cleansed, then to go back around and to bless it. And specifically, again, when we use the information that we glean from the Bagua, we can go and intentionally have a blessing in the love and marriage area that we can, whatever our intention is, and
Mm-hmm.
bless and call in, support or more awareness for self-love or intimate love or whatever it is. And, and you can literally walk around your whole home in the Bagua and have a blessing for each one of those areas.
So I
Mhm.
know when we're clearing energy, and often the tools I use, and I'm just going to grab them, is my selenite sword and an ankh. Now, clearing energy is taking it in the counterclockwise direction. So that's how I would use my selenite sword to clear the energy. But
Mhm.
when I want to invite it in and reset the intention, then we utilize it in the clockwise rotation. So if you're clearing your house, and this is a question for you, Anita, because
Mhm.
I just know you'll know the answer.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Would we do the same if we're clearing the energy in the house? Would we go in a counterclockwise direction around the rooms and around the home? Or does the direction matter? And maybe that's all a belief system.
I always go in a clockwise direction for both cleansing and blessing.
You do both in the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great way to, like, I like the conversation um,
Mm-hmm.
because it's different and there's so many different tools. Like, I can do this anywhere and you'll never know. You'll feel the difference, but you won't smell the difference. Where if you're using incense to clean or
Mm-hmm.
sage, things like that, like there's places like a clothing store that I helped with, you can't do that. You can't use
No.
anything like
Mm-hmm.
that wherever there's a lot of garments hanging. So consider the space and how you're using it. Some people will use crystal singing bowls. I don't own one, so I don't have that option, but
Mm-hmm.
I do have my drum. That works as
Yep.
well. So there's
Mm-hmm.
many, many ways of cleansing and blessing. And basically, the same tools can be used for both, which is where I really wanted to take this conversation. If you've already got something that you use for cleansing, you can use it for blessings. But I really like the ones that are taught in the Western School of Feng Shui by Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Her blessings and the ritual behind it and the intention behind it, the five element blessings is absolutely beautiful. But
I'm tagging her right now because,
okay.
the fact that I go for cleansing and blessing in clockwise direction,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't know if that's just my thing. So gonna ask the expert,
The
Karen
expert, the
Abler.
guru, because Karen is
Right.
100%
Yes.
a guru when
And
it
and
comes to
then
that.
yeah, we'll see. Right?
Plus, she's
Hmm.
worked with the indigenous.
Oh
And I
yeah,
wondered
she.
because of right the medicine wheel and the direction of
Hmm.
it and excuse me.
Yeah.
So there can be a lot of past communication and knowledge and wisdom that we may or may not know about that can shift the energy in what we're doing and why we're
Hmm.
doing it. And sometimes when we know why, instead of doing it because we tell you to, when you understand the why behind it, it changes the whole energy about it, whatever it may be. Anyway,
And again, we bring our own intention into that, and
absolutely.
and it may be that maybe I've been complacent in doing it my way, right? And maybe there's another way. So yeah. Okay, we're at
We're
the
at the
top of the
top of the
hour.
hour.
And we have a total of a number 20.
I know, I just smiled when I did that and thought, oh, we've had a lot of twos today.
Yep. So it's definitely a two, two,
A
two,
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 two
two,
day.
two. It's a tutu day. Don't wear your tutu though, because it's snowing out.
Well, it depends where you live. It's a little frosty
Tutu.
here
Oh
for a
yeah,
tutu.
yeah. If you live somewhere warm, you can wear your tutu.
Absolutely. So, the meaning of the two based on Adironda, Marilyn, and Joy. The two is a wonderful number. Well, they're all wonderful numbers.
Of course.
Yet, we seem to have more of an affinity for some than others. The two carries the frequency of duality, right? There's that cross direction, clockwise and counterclockwise. There's, right? Both in separation and in divine partnership. When the two shows up, you will get to work into your intention, balancing opposing forces or relationships. In looking at the physical appearance or structure of the two, we note it is quite different from the one. The one is standing alone, balancing. It's got the consistency of persistence to be able to hold itself upright without any foundation. But the two, in contrast, has a strong foundation. It's stable. Cooperation.
Mm-hmm.
There's that love and marriage, cooperation, diplomacy. Anyway, you can read more in that. We could go on, but we will not because we were past the top of the hour.
Well, and
So,
I just so one of our viewers
mhm,
is wondering, moving in one direction, wouldn't one be getting bad out and the other direction good in? And yeah, that would make sense, right?
right?
So
So
again, it may be, it may be your belief, um, I think whichever way you would do it is certainly gonna work either way,
it's your
right?
intention.
Yeah, so it'd be your intention and then what resonates with you,
Hmm.
right? Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
I completely agree with that.
thank
And
you,
thank you for
Karen,
the
for
comment.
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you all for joining us live on Facebook as we do every Friday. We are all in alignment. And of course, you can see us on YouTube as well. And
Mm-hmm.
closing words, other than we have our 21-day decluttering program starting up again in April. Did you want to share with them what else we're starting in April?
Yes, we are doing a 12-month
Mm.
program for your overall home wellness.
Yes.
And there is, I mean, my amazing partner, while I've been vertical, has been working on, like you say, the workbook, 22 pages. Hello.
For month
That's
one.
for 1 month. So I'm going to guarantee that whoever joins our 12-month decluttering wellness program is going to have so much shift in energy. It's going to be amazing.
It really is a
Amazing.
whole home, a very holistic program. So even though the word decluttering is in the title, it's not just about the decluttering because we're going to
Hmm.
take you through every part of the Bagua in
Hmm.
detail. We're going to take you through 5-element theory. We're going to take you through yin and yang balance and so much more. Excited. Anyway, have a fabulous day. My partner, my friend, please get some more rest so that you
Yep.
have, now that
I
you've released all that is no longer serving you, you can bring in that blessing of new energy.
I'm going to go get out my blessing bowl shortly.
Perfect.
See
Have
you
a
all
great
next
week,
week.
everybody.